So it's about 1994. I'm just getting to college, and I had to get away because, like I say, I was not only running away from the sexuality part of it, I was also running away from my mom mental health issue, my father's kidney issue. Got to get away from all of that. So out of all 8 of us, I'm the only one that left Flint, Michigan, and just pursued a life outside of that. Because I know staying there, it wouldn't do me any good. I would just be trapped and not, be loved and not be in a position where I felt love. So I said, you know what, let me get the hell out of here. And so I went to college, decided to pursue a career in communications and freedom, pretty much. I saw freedom. I said, I got to get out of here. So I got to college. I saw I had a roommate. It was amazing, one of my good friends. I loved college because college was the first place I was able to be me. I was able to be free, like in a way. Even though I was still suppressing my feelings that I was attracted to men. College was different than neighborhoods and like, friends at home and things like that. It was a bit more accepting, but at the same time, it was a place where it was so independent that you were there to find yourself. The whole point of college was there. It wasn't really about the grades. It really about the curriculum. It was really about who are you? Who are you willing to be? Who are you going to be? Who do you want to be? And that's what college did for me. And it was like I said, it was incredible going to FSU, Ferris State University, and just being able to be involved in so many different organizations. Now I really had to kind of suppress who I was, and kind of look at, just try to be grown up and look at people for who they were. And that's what I really, really tried to do. But I had, frat brothers and my friends who were so heavily into, women chasing and, adamant about, how many, women they can stack up. And, there were times where they would say, oh, I did this one, I did that one, I did these two. And it was like, I was just there like, how do I coexist in their world without them, like, without it being like my family, like without them. What I mean by that, my family was so judgmental. I didn't want that. I didn't want my friends to be that way, But something just kept telling me, well, Carlos, your family wasn't chosen. You choose your friends, so maybe these people will be different. And they were amazing. Like my friends, like college was the best time of my life. Like my friends in college that I made incredible friendships. I didn't feel judged by them. I felt like they allowed me to be me, however I was being, however I was acting. Like that's where I got my personality from, college. That's where I knew I could dance, college. I was afraid to be vocal. I was afraid to be humorous. I was afraid to just be who I was, that artistic person that, I was afraid to be any of that because my family and neighborhood didn't, my parents, they didn't allow me to be that. So I couldn't be that. So when I got to college and my friends were just like open hands, like, hey, we got you. It like a burden just, my burden just laid itself down and I just began to just have a great time in college. And then as I saw my friends, gravitating to, my male friends gravitating to, wanting to date all these women and do this and do that, I felt, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I wanted to fit in as well. So I said, you know what, I better get a girlfriend. I better get someone so they don't look at me or judge me. So I met 2 girls actually in college. One was, was just, we had a great friendship, whatever, but I didn't feel that it was, it was something that could go deeper because I was just so entrenched in coming off of what happened to me in high school that it just didn't feel right. But I wanted to go on that journey. So I did with my first girlfriend in college, and it was good. She ended up leaving the school graduating before I before I did. So she ended up leaving, and so I met another girl, and I was really attracted to these girls. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was physically attracted to them. I liked them, I enjoyed them. I was, I had suppressed and pushed back that part of myself that was attracted to men, and I push forward, my attraction to women. And as I began to push forward, I met this one girl, I'm not gonna name her, but I met this one girl, incredible. The love of my life. She taught me how to love. She taught me how to be sensitive. She taught me how to just be a good person. I've never felt that kind of love from a human before. And she was the first one. That's why to this day, she's just it to this day. She was the one person that didn't judge me, who I was, how I walked, how I talked, how I moved, around in the world. She just accepted me for me. She loved me. And when she told me that, I was like, what? Somebody actually loves me? That's crazy. Okay. I never I want to be with a guy when I was with her. I never thought those thoughts. And then of course we began to have these issues and problems and stuff like that. And then I was like, I don't know, maybe it's something with me. And it's always that, oh, it's not me, it's not you, it's me. It became that. And but she was the only girl that I ain't gonna lie to you, I ever truly was in love with. And when it kind of severed, it was really, really hard on me, you know what I mean? Because I feel like somebody actually cared about my feelings and cared about me for the first time in my, my 20-some years of living. But I never was able to reach that mountaintop. But with her, I reached it, and it was just incredible. It was just amazing. And then we broke up, and that was that. And after we broke up, it was, it was a terrible thing. I went into a small depression, not a big depression, just a small depression, because I thought, what now? Because I knew what was coming. I knew what was pushing its way back. Once I, was not in a relationship with her, I knew now I have to deal with what you need to deal with. Even though I was, like I said, I was immensely attracted to this beautiful young lady, I knew there was some business I had to take care of in my own mind in order for me to be like, which is why I'm making this video. The only reason why I'm sharing it is maybe it can help someone out, maybe it can help a family understand that you have to be there for your siblings, your family, your nephews, your nieces, whoever. You have to be there, your uncles, your aunts. You just have to be there for them, regardless if you don't even agree with how their life is leading. Be there for them. Show them love. It matters. Trust me, it matters. And I was into church heavy, and church was great. I would always have these battles with God, then why did you make me like this? My pastor, at the time I was embarrassed, but it was I was just really, really furious about this.